Speaking of a live chance to make the postseason, so the New England Patriots were back in action yesterday, and they took on the Cleveland Browns. Just destroyed them, just boat raced them 45-7. Kind of hard to believe once again that they were able to do it. I don't even know if many people were watching the game. I wasn't watching the game, but I was just kind of following tabs on my phone and seeing Mac Jones. I saw a notification early on. Oh, Mac Jones completes 9 of 10 of his first 10 passes for like 170 yards, and the Patriots are rolling early against the Browns. And I don't want to hear about all these frivolous and extraneous details and excuses about Baker being out. He hurt his knee. The game was already over. It's 38-7. Troy Hill, the cornerback, he's a former Ram. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he has a speedy recovery from whatever injury he sustained. That had no bearing on the outcome of this game. And this is something interesting to me. There's a concept called deductive reasoning. We see it's a type of logic and rational form of reasoning that's actually commonly incorporated in the SAT and the ACT. I don't want to get too technical here, but within that concept is a term called a syllogism, which is basically a type of reasoning in which a conclusion is drawn from two given or assumed propositions. And within each of those propositions, there is a term that is both shared and is not present, but that helps you reach the conclusion. For example, A is to B as C is to D, right? We see those questions on the ACT, the SAT all the time. Orange is to apple as red is to blank, and you have to do deductive reasoning and pick the best choice. Hated those types of questions. Absolutely hated those types of questions. But this relates to the Patriots because basically the equivalent to that is Macaulay Culkin as Kevin McAllister in the Home Alone series is to that McAllister family as the family in Home Alone is to him. Because the Patriots are to the AFC and to the AFC playoff race as Kevin McAllister is to his family from the Home Alone series. Why does it relate? Well, the family in Home Alone, they left Kevin McAllister twice on two vacations. On two vacations, they left him. No one remembered him. They forgot about him. They left him in Chicago. They left him stranded in New York by himself. And the Patriots, ever since Tom Brady's gone, no one's remembering them. Everyone's forgotten about them. They're the forgotten child. And here the Patriots are saying, hold on a sec. How can you be looking at the AFC picture, at the AFC playoff race, and not be thinking about us? That's what they're saying. Just like Kevin McAllister was saying, how could my family leave without me twice, leave me stranded on vacations twice? This is the second year without Tom Brady, but this is the first legitimate season in which the Patriots have had a viable, working quarterback and a healthy, active, and available roster. I don't claim to be an oracle. I don't need people to praise me for my prognosticating skills. But I did say, by hook or by crook, I don't really know how, the Patriots would be a playoff team. And again, this is the first time that we're actually seeing a complete cast of characters available at Bill Belichick's disposal. Mac Jones is not only a viable quarterback, he's accurate, and he's proving to be a big game QB. The guy goes 19 of 23 for a little under 200 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. We're finally starting to see some semblance of a wide receiving core emerge and hatch out of their eggshells. Kendrick Bourne, Jacoby Myers are starting to step up a little bit. Hunter Henry had 2 touchdowns, the tight end, who they signed from the Chargers in the offseason. The run game seems to be a little bit more established. Super thrilled for Ramondre Stevenson, who is a former Cerritos College Falcon, which is a community college very close to my own house. So Stevenson is providing a semblance of a run game. Their defense has been outstanding. Matthew Judon perhaps is one of the best offseason signings in the NFL from this past year. He's been a huge difference maker for the Patriots. And again, you look up at the standings, and I was just talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. You shift over to the New England Patriots, and this is a team that's 6-4, and they're only half a game back of their own division against the Bills. They're only half a game back for the second best record in the AFC, and they're tied with the Chiefs, as I mentioned, for the fourth best record in the conference. So the defense yesterday had 5 sacks, an interception, 2 forced fumbles. And over the last several months, they've been over the last month, they've been one of the best defenses in the NFL. They've won 4 straight games. Now, they still have a difficult schedule. They're going to face the Buffalo Bills twice, but that's a golden opportunity to either jump ahead of the Bills and leap over them for the division lead, or maybe they come back to earth a little bit. We'll see. They also face the Titans and the Colts. So it's a very difficult schedule, no doubt, but they still have the Falcons. They still have Miami. They still have Carolina. They still have some teams on there that they can beat. And all of a sudden, you're looking up, and they're 6-4. They're 6-4 all of a sudden. So hope you also like that little bit of academia, that nugget about academia, but it's impressive to see what the Patriots are doing. And like I said, I thought based on all the offseason moves that they had made, whether it was Jalen Mills, whether it was Matthew Judon, the list goes on and on, the fact that a lot of their guys that had opted out of the season last year due to COVID are back in the lineup. Some of the offensive pieces, Kendrick Bourne, of course, we're seeing Henry. They're having huge impacts on this team. And they're 6-4 right now and firmly within the playoff race. And somehow they've got a chance to win that division. They might just win that division. And that would be something. That would be something. And the crazy thing is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are only half a game better than the Patriots at 6-3. Obviously, Tom Brady already won a Super Bowl. Bill Belichick hasn't. I'm not making any big statement with regard to that relationship. You know where I stand. But at the end of the day, I do have to give the Patriots credit. They are playing well right now.